more about statistics, mean, median, mode, and range. Some of this is review. Some of this is going to be new. So a couple of things on the front here, we're going to identify the definition of these, and then on the inside we'll be more elaborate and we'll do some examples with a given data set, and then we'll do a little bit more practice. And you can find all 4 of these on almost every graph. Some graphs you can't find some of these, but for the most part we can. So mean, all right, the mean is the average. The mean teacher gave me a failing average. The median is the middle. It's not quite as simple as it sounds. The mode is the one that shows up the most. And the range is the high minus the low. God bless you. So we're going to take a few minutes to write that down, and then we're going to write a more specific definition on the inside. Is there anyone who has any questions yet? Hopefully not, but just in case. All right, so let's look first at the mean. Okay, let's look at that one first. I want to make sure. That one is actually the one that takes the most work. Okay? Yeah, so you add them all up, yes. So this is, we'll write the long definition and then we'll write the shorthand. The sum means we're going to add them of all data points divided by how many points there are. So, for example, if we had 5 data points, right, we would say A plus B plus C plus D plus E, and then we would divide by 5 because there's 5 of them. Does that make sense? We have a data set here in the middle. So we'll just use that to practice, yes? So we need to add up all of these numbers. So we can make sure you line up your 1s and your 10s. So we have 4 plus 6. We have 2 8s. Do we want to write 2 8s or can we write 16? I think that would be easier. We have 9 and 11. Do we want to write 20? We have 14. We have 15, 17, and 18. Now, if you're going to start combining the data sets down here, then we need to make sure that we count these and not these, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So whatever we get, we need to divide by 10, right? Because there were 10 of them. So 4 and 6 is 10, 16, and 4 is 25. 25 and 15 is 40. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 110 is not my average, right? I got to do 110 divided by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where? Right here? You got 120? Did you carry something wrong? Oh, okay. That's okay. 10 and 10. So here we go. So our average, or our mean, is 11, right? So maybe these were the ages of all of your cousins or something like that, right? I have a lot of cousins. So maybe the average age is 11. Okay, that one is the one that the most work is required. And it's not really hard work. It just, sometimes these numbers get really big and then we're trying to divide. Let's look at the median. The median, we said, is the middle, right? So let's write this. The middle number of the data when ordered from least to greatest. I'm going to put a little star here. If two middle numbers find the mean. Okay, and we happen to have an even set of data, so we will have two middle numbers. But the key here is that you have to put the numbers in order from least to greatest first. And if you look at our example set, they have done that for us. That's very nice of them. Most of the time they won't. So I'm just gonna, the easiest way to do this, I'm gonna rewrite this so we can do some marking and leave our original numbers there. The easiest way that I do this is I just start marking them off, or you can cover them up with your fingers, right? High, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. Oh, so I have two middle numbers. Or you could do it this, high, low 2, high, low 3, high, low 4. You're finding the very middle. So this is my lowest, this is my highest. So I'm going to keep working in. 9 and so I have two middle numbers, yes? Are you okay with how I'm marking these off? Okay, so I need to find the middle of these two. Well, 10. And the reason it is 10 is because 9 plus 11 is 20 divided by 2 is 10, right? Finding the mean if you have two middle numbers, okay? So our middle number is 10. So again, if these are ages of your cousins, the mean and the median, they won't always be the same, but they're probably going to be pretty close. These are what we call, these two, use a different color. The mean and the median, these are what we call measures of center, because they're pretty close to what the middle number is, or the center number, okay? The mode, this is probably the easiest one. The mode, this is the number that occurs most frequently. Okay? Little star here. There can be no mode if there's no duplicates. Duplicates or triplicates or all of that. Okay, so it is okay to have no mode. So if we look at our data here, which one shows up the most? 8. 8 is the mode. Yes. If there was 2 8s and 2 6s, then you could write 6 and 8 are the mode, because they both show up most frequently. Good question. All right, the range. This is the difference. What does that mean if we're using the word difference? What operation? Yeah, so we're subtracting between the greatest and least values. So when we put our numbers in order for the median, that's kind of helpful for the range, right? This is like the spread out. How wide is the spread? This is actually, so let's make a note. We said mean and median were called measures of center. The range is a measure of spread, because it's how wide is the data, right? So our highest number was 18 and our lowest number was 4. So we would say 18 minus 4. So our range is 14. And that's important because if we were to put this on a graph, maybe a bar graph, or we were to put this on, you could probably do a bar graph or a dot plot, that would be, you would need 14 spaces on your axis for those categories. So now let's look at a practice with an actual graph that we talked about on Friday. Yeah, good job. This is a dot plot. Remember, it could be dots, it can be X's. The dot plot shows the number of hours a class of students exercises in a week, okay? What does each of these dots represent? A person. So how many people do we have? We have 14 people. I'm going to make a little note of that. That's important. The mean, what are we going to write here? The mean is the average. Add up all the numbers and blank by how many there are. What are we going to do? Divide. Now, when we look at these numbers, we have to realize that we have a 0, we have 3 1s, we have 3 2s, we have 2 3s, and so on. Yes? Do you see that? So I'm actually, because I like to do my numbers like vertically, so I'm actually going to turn this sideways because I have more space. Do you see that? So I have 0, I have 1. How many 1s do I have? So can I just put a 3 here? How many 2s do I have? How many, so what is that? 6. How many 3s? 2, so 2 times 3 is 6. What is this number? 5. How many 7s? So what is that? 14. And how many 12s? So 24. So then we're going to add these up. So we have 9 and 6 is 15, 20, and 8 is 28. Carry the 2. So I have 58. And am I done there? We have to divide by the 14. So I'm going to turn my paper back this way because that's easier this way. 58. All right. How many 14s are in 58? 4. About 4, because that is 16. Carry the 1. That's 56. So I'm actually going to write this as a fraction. 2 over 14, right? So this becomes 4 and 2 over 14. You remember when we did that a long, long time ago? Like, that was the first week of school. What do you know about 2 over 14? It's 1/7. So 4 and 1/7. That's my average number of hours that the class of students exercises. I wrote 1/4. You're right. I'm so sorry. Good catch. We said it, and I didn't write it like that. 1/7. Good job. All right. So the median is the what number? What did we say? The middle number. If there are 2 middle numbers, blank them and divide by 2. What are we going to do? Add. And when it's a dot plot like this, guys, you don't have to write your numbers out. You can very easily, you can use your fingers and cover them up, or you can mark them off, right? Go ahead.
So for each, are we still going to count the numbers without dots on them?
Yes. Yes. So this is a low, and this is a high. That would be our first one.
So 1 to 14.
And then, no, it's only the ones that have the dots. A low and a high. That's my second set, right? Are you with me? A low and a high. That's my third set. A low and a high. That's my fourth set. A low and a high. That's my fifth set. A low and a high. That's my sixth set. So look, I have 2 middle ones. What numbers are these? So I have 2 middle numbers. So I'm going to say 2 plus 3 divided by 2. 5 divided by 2 is 2.5, or 2 1/2. So 2.5 hours is the median number that the students in the class exercise. The mode, number that shows up the most. And on a dot plot like this, it's going to be your highest number. Look, it could be 1, it could be none, or it could be more than 1. Which ones show up the most? Yes, sir. 1 and 2. Yes. No, it's just the units that we're using are whatever the graph is talking about. So this is 4 1/7 hours, 2.5 hours, 1 and 2 hours is the mode. The range is the what? The difference between the smallest and the largest. So what's our smallest number? And again, we're only looking where there's dots. 0, what was our highest? So I have 12 minus 0 is 12. So 12 hours is the range or the spread of the hours. So really, knowing that, I wouldn't need my 13 or my 14. Okay? So you can put those notes in your journal, and then here we're going to do 4 little practice problems, but there's only 4 of them because I need you to find the mean, the median, the mode, and the range for each set of data. Here, so we have a table, we have a set of numbers, we have a dot plot, and then this one is analyzing and finding the mistake, okay? And we'll look at this tomorrow. So let's see what we can get done. Let me know if you have questions.